Sagittarius, welcome back to Mermaid Dreams Tarot. Hope you are doing wonderful. This is your next 72-hour reading, and as always, we're looking into the potential events, energies, and themes that may come up in the next few days. Of course, it's a general... Oops, got everything falling here. Sorry. It is a general reading, so keep that in mind. If you would like a personal reading, check out the description for how to book one. I offer chats, I offer phone readings, and if you would like a pre-recorded reading much like this one, there's an email address. Just get a hold of me and we'll coordinate that. So Sagittarius, this is for Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Any other placements, of course, that are important to you. If you're brand new to my channel, extra special welcome. Hope you enjoyed. All right, what do we need to know? Divine Spirit, angels, guys, thank you so very much. What's going on for Sagittarius for the next few days? What are we focusing on? What is the main theme or event? What's going on? 2 of Cups. I love that. All right, so it seems like it doesn't have to be about love, but I do feel like this could be a reading that's centered more about relationships right now. And 2 of Cups, it's a very harmonious card, of course. It feels good. Somebody may be giving you an offer. Maybe you're offering to somebody, maybe asking them out or furthering a relationship. It feels intuitively this is more about somebody with an established relationship, maybe receiving some kind of an offer or an invitation to something, for something. Oh, I love this. This just flipped out. I love how in this deck, this is Angel's Wisdom deck, we got 6 of Cups, and 6 of Cups is about kind of like how we grow through the years, you know? Like there are kids here, they look a little differently, but you know, people change throughout the years. Maybe it's just what your first relationship was like versus how your relationship is now, and in the next few days you get to reflect that. Or reflect on that, I think. But there's something to do also with family. There could be an offer to maybe meet the family, or you're offering to meet the family, spending time with the kids. Like doing family stuff, that's what I'm getting. This is very, very harmonious. So focusing on the home relationships this week, Sagittarius, that's good. What is influencing this? What's going on? What is influencing? Got 8 of Pentacles and... All right, that is interesting. 8 of Pentacles and 9 of Wands. So there's a balance that you may be looking at. How do I balance this beautiful love story that I'm developing, this beautiful relationship, you know, your marriage, whatever this is, between work and wanting to do more, wanting for it to go further, faster. There's something about just being aware of when you're rushing something along, and that's okay. If it feels good, you know it's good. And life is short, right? And that's kind of a Sagittarius motto. Life is short, YOLO, right? You only live once. So it makes sense to, sometimes to not take way too long to develop something that you know in your heart of hearts that this is the one, this is it. But as always, it's also about balance, because we do have this 8 of Pentacles, and this is very much I'm willing to put the work into it. I'm willing to do it right from the start, because 8 of Pentacles is about mastery of things, mastery of, you know, every one of those discs that they're working on, and they're working on it together. How wonderful is that? It could be like a mentor situation. Maybe, oh, you know what? I think he's actually buying or paying her for. So this could also be an offer. Somebody's doing you an offer, because I've never noticed that he's got some coins. And she's like, yeah, I'm working on it, but I'm going to do it in my own time. So keep in mind, some of you may get an offer and feel like they're pressured to say yes or no. I mean, it could be a marriage proposal, but not necessarily. It could be any kind of offer. It's like, you know what? Is this too fast? Is this too much all at once? Or so there's something about like, do it on your own time. Make sure it's done right. Because she's not just going to, okay, he's got some coin. I'm not just going to hand you the thing that I'm making just because you showed some coin. No, I'm going to take pride in what I do, in myself, because it reflects me, and really take my time. I'm gonna say yes or no. I feel like it's gonna be a yes on my own time, on my own schedule. So he's patiently waiting. This is good, because this is, it's like you're being stuck with wanting to just like jump in on that horse, go forward with this connection, with this relationship. But there's also this prudent side of you that says, I kind of want to see, I kind of want to test them. For some of you, maybe this is a test. Maybe you're testing yourself or testing your person. It's like, will they wait? Are they willing to put in the work before I say yes and we gallop into the beautiful future together? Because maybe you've said yes a little too quickly. We do have this past card coming up. Maybe you've said yes too quickly and then ended up going alone. Interesting. So there is progress forward, a very exciting progress forward, and a very quick one, because we do have the Knight of Fire in here. What do we need to know about this Eight of Pentacles? For others, I do feel like there could be a question between how do we balance our work life and our fun life, you know, as a couple, because maybe that kind of is a question that's coming under the surface, and you're starting to feel the pressure of, I really want to spend as much time as I want with my person, but I also got to get work done. And so do they. So how do they? That was a weird way to say it. So that balance may be coming to the forefront in the next few days, and maybe you're discussing that and kind of trying to decide, okay, well, maybe we need to schedule. No, that's not the right way. Pace ourselves differently. That's the thing. Or maybe we need to combine resources, combine households, combine whatever we need to combine in order to make it easier for us to have both. Maybe you're going into business together, and this is about a business partnership instead of with a friend. It could be a best friend. You know, love comes in all sorts of forms. It's like, hey, you know what? We don't have time to hang out together, so why don't we combine business with pleasure and do a lot more together? What do we need to know about Eight of Pentacles? Thank you, Spirit. The Wheel of Fortune. Whatever the decision you make, the Wheel of Fortune will make sure that's a Jupiter energy. Jupiter rules Sagittarius, and it's about expanding, about making more, about making this experience that much grander and more abundant. So whatever you decide to do, that's your goal, is to have more of the good stuff. Whatever you decide, Sagittarius, it is definitely, I feel like, will produce that intended result. Multiplying. There's just a lot of multiplication and expanding energy here. The key is going to be to be on the same page and make sure that it works for you and it works for them and it's balanced in some way. So rushing, yes, there's going to be this, it's like, let's just go with it. Let's just go for it. I feel like that may not be the best. I feel like you are going to go for it, but it should be talked about and planned with a little bit more longevity in mind. In the next few days, what else do we need to know for this Knight of Wands? Knight of Wands just wants to go, go, go. The Hermit. Think about it. Stop and think. This is a Virgo energy. Stop and think about the details. Maybe write them out. Maybe talk about, okay, well, how realistically, how is this going to work? Let's say you want to move in together with your person, right? Let's say you got a proposal for marriage. Okay, so maybe how is this logistically, practically going to work long term? How are we going to just do it? Maybe combining households is not as easy. There could be something about distance as well. We got Knight of, and he's traveling through the desert. He's going fast, all right? But maybe there's a distance involved. So how is it going to work realistically if we're living together, and who's going to move where? So that all of that could be something that's starting to be addressed in the next few days, or you may be realizing, if you're not having this conversation yet, don't worry about it, because I feel like these are the things that are coming to the surface for you to discuss at some point. Maybe you weren't even thinking about, like, oh shit, well, how is that going to work? I wasn't even thinking. I was so enthralled by this wonderful relationship that I kind of put the practical, logistical side to stuff to the side. And this, in the next few days, like, all right, we are going to have to talk about it and figure this out, because we both want to get this working. We don't want to repeat the mistakes of the past. The Six of Cups is beautiful, nostalgic card, but they're just kids. They don't know what they're doing yet. They haven't lived, they haven't experienced, they haven't had the challenges that the adults would have, right? So now that you do have that experience, life experience, now you want to be a bit more cautious and talk about it first before jumping into something and then realizing, oh shit, this is too difficult to maintain. That's all it is, Sagittarius. This is a beautiful reading. So if you have been thinking or talking with your special person about the future, about the long term, it's time maybe to sit down and plan, sit down and talk about those. Okay, well, how is this going to work? How is commute going to work? What are we doing if this happens? All right. And that's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's interesting. I'm getting a vision of house beams being put together. So the structure is being built. The bonework of the home is being created in the next few days, or like in the near future. I feel like if that resonates for you, this, that this is kind of being little by little, all those beams and things, the skeleton of the house is being erected in the next probably month or so. So you don't start to decorate a home before it's built, right? All right, what else do we need to know? Thank you, Spirit. What else do we need to know for Saggies? Community. Some of you may be meeting new people, new community, new neighborhood. This is a mother giraffe and a baby giraffe. So there's this home theme continuing. Truth be told. So this is about some information coming in the next few days. Truth that you needed to hear. I don't feel it's anything negative. It's actually sets you free. The owl's heart is like being is open. It can be aired out. So this is more about airing out concerns. If you've had concerns about logistics, practical things, especially in your relationship and your life, whatever information that comes in, or maybe you're the one who brings it up, it allows things to air out and fresh air in. This is a good thing. There's also a lot of love in the air, just little hearts floating about. I like that. I'm hearing that this truth may not even come from your person. It could be from a family member or a friend who'd been kind of wanting to say something but didn't want to disrupt the peace. So keep in mind, if all of a sudden you decide to move your relationship to the next stage, somebody that's close to you, could be family, friend, whoever, may say, you know what, I kind of had concerns about this particular thing. And it doesn't, keep in mind, it doesn't have to be negative. I mean, of course, if somebody starts bashing your person or whatever and saying, oh, you're stupid for doing that, I don't feel like that's the case at all. This is more about them kind of focusing your attention on something that you maybe even glossing over, not wanting to look at, or just bringing it to your attention and say, yeah, you know what, that's a good point. I wasn't thinking about that. So that's a good thing. Air things out. Lots of love in the air. Owls could be significant. They are about wisdom. You may be seeing owls. And never-ending story. Card number 37. She's a little bit frazzled here. So it could also be a very busy week. So you're trying to navigate these exciting but challenging themes of your heart, love, the future, while also dealing with daily life. So don't let it beat you down, because the thing is, yes, the daily grind, our work, our home chores, our, having to do the stuff to live, right? It's a part of that journey. It doesn't have to be just an obstacle on the way to your happiness. It is a part of that journey. So keep that in mind. How can you implement that? How can you honor that daily grind and make it a part of your spiritual experience in the next few days? What I'm also getting is like somebody, it could be you, it could be your person, like somebody wanting to say something, or like, hey, let's move in together, and you want to like call your person and say those words, but every time you go to call, you get like a work email and you have to address it. So it's like frustrating because things are getting in the way and you're like face palming yourselves like, oh my gosh, I just want to tell this person that I wanna, I want to move in, and now I have to address this work email or something like that. So that's a very kind of a little bit of frustration. Again, Sagis, this is very important. If you're about to do something or say something, and I've noticed that in my life, and I thank the spirit every time this happens, okay? I have something on my mind that I want to say. I'm a Sagittarius. I'm a very impulsive person, all right? I have a lot of Saggy energy. When I want to say something, all of a sudden, if things come up, like say phone stops working, the internet goes out, or my next door neighbor knocks on my door, or something happens, or like all of a sudden my stomach hurts, I have to like do whatever, right? And I'm prevented from doing what I intended to do impulsively, honor that. That is the universe, your guides, your ancestors saving us from ourselves. So honor that. If for some reason you feel like you're being blocked from doing something, maybe this is your opportunity to stop, to think, and wait until it opens up, until that channel, until that roads is open, because maybe what you are going to do or say is not at the right timing. Honor that. Be attentive. It doesn't always has to be said or done right this moment. So that's very important that Spirit wants me to relay to you in the next few days, because some of you may run into that, and that's all right. And that's all right. There's no like specific moment that something has to be said or done this week. It's going to happen either way. You might as well just take it slow and do it the right way, right? Not what Sagittarius wants to hear, but it's exciting. It's a good few days. I hope that it goes well for you. Don't forget to check out the collective reading for the whole week, October 10th to 16th. I'm going to be putting that up shortly if it's not up yet. So Saggies, thanks for being here. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Welcome to my channel if you're new. Love you all. Bye.